All right, let's talk about test anxiety. Test anxiety is something that I never really had until I got into nursing school. Throughout high school and whatnot, never really cared, to be completely honest. Me and my sister were oftentimes in the same classes, and I would actually cheat off of her quite often, to be fair. We were that close in age. And so, I really didn't care in high school. I let my sister do my work and cheated off of her, and that was really about it. That was it. Well, when I got to community college, I had to kind of do everything myself, and especially after my oldest child was born. She was born the second semester of my prereqs, just before I started nursing school. I had already been accepted into school, and my oldest was born. And all of a sudden, I've got a family, and I'm working full time, and I'm going to school, and just the anxiety of that built up inside of me to a tremendous amount. I mean, I would literally throw up in the parking lot when I got to school for the day of a test, probably throw up when I got into class, and then I'll throw up again like right after I turned in my test. And I'm not talking like a little bit of dry heaves. I'm talking like full-on projectile, exorcist style, just grossness coming out of me. I would just be sick when I had to take these tests. I've talked before about how I would go into the library, the school library, and blast Andrew WK and dance around like an idiot getting ready for these tests. I mean, it was just terrible for me. The anxiety that I had getting ready for these nursing school exams. I mean, it was, you couldn't fail but like 3 of them. You failed 3 of them, you were out of the program, or you could have even failed 2 of them, but if you failed them with a low enough number, that might have kicked you out. I mean, there were so many parameters that could have got us kicked out of nursing school, and and the testing was the one that I just felt like I had the least control over, because I knew my meds, I knew my disease processes. I'm pretty quick at understanding them, and the math came real easy to me. But the exams, the test, it just made me sick, and to be quite honest, I never really got over that the entire time I was in nursing school. I never got over the projectile vomiting, at least twice, most of the time 3 times. But I threw up at least 2 times every exam. We probably had 1 a week, maybe if we were lucky, 1 every week and a half. I mean, it just made me sick, and I would study at nights when I was working. I worked nights, and I'd go to school today, and I'd sleep for just a little bit. So, it was terribly unhealthy for me to kind of be living like that. And I wasn't eating real good, and so that didn't help none either. I did have a really good support system in my family, but I still had just that terrible anxiety, and there's nothing I could have done to ever get rid of it. The only thing that really helped was actually blasting Andrew WK in the library and dancing around looking like an idiot, and I think that was more just a mental block thing than anything, really. It was just blocking my mind from what was about to come. Believe it or not, when I took the NCLEX, I was actually like cool as a cucumber. I mean, it was like, it wasn't easy. That test was not easy at all. I mean, that was a very difficult test, extremely difficult. But however, I was not anxious at all when I took it. I wasn't even really anxious, whenever I did the NCLEX trick. and you type in your information or whatever. And mine didn't work. I've heard of other people's, their NCLEX trick didn't work. Mine didn't work, and I wasn't really anxious when it didn't work, because I just thought, oh, that's a fluke thing, and it ended up being a fluke thing. But I don't have any advice as to how to get rid of the testing anxiety. I'm just letting you know I went through it. I went through it, and it was horrible. It was just, it was miserable. I hated having tests in nursing school, but like I said, it never really got me until I got to college, until I went to community college. That's when it really got me. And I think it's because I was actually being an adult. I was actually finally an adult, and I had bills and kids and, a family to support, and I had to work at night, it was terrible. So if you're having test anxiety, I am sorry, and I hate it for you. It's very hard to deal with. I had a hard time with it. The best place I can tell you to go is get an advisor. I had an advisor when I was in school, and they helped me quite a bit, not necessarily with anxiety, but they helped me quite a bit. Just get you an advisor and see what they can help you with. But I never got help with that test anxiety. It was just miserable for me. I felt horrible. So that's what I got for you today. I hope it helps. Let me know your test anxiety experiences. Maybe you went through it too. I know I definitely did. So thank you much.